Hi guys, welcome to this operating system, this ISO builder. I've a new ISO that I can load up and it will be out in the beginning of June. Is there anything new? Let's go over it. Probably not, right? That's a good thing. So everything you've already seen in videos is exactly the same thing. We're booting up from a virtual machine and we need to tell them, hey, there's a CD-ROM in there, there's a virtual CD-ROM, and boot up from the ISO. So this is the ISO. If you are in a newer machine, you can select UEFI, which is black. And if you have a BIOS system, it's gonna be a nice logo, and then you know I'm in BIOS. So the older machines boot up like that, the newer machines boot up like this. 3 lines as usual, and some more stuff, but the 3 lines matter. 1, you have an Intel and AMD and open source drivers, that's that line. 2, you have an NVIDIA card, a new card. So in technical, behind it is NVIDIA DKMS, that's installed. We choose that one because it's independent of the kernel, meaning if you decide to have an LTS or a Xen mod or a Zen or a hardened of any of the other kernels that we provide, like 11 kernels currently in the repo, then it doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. You don't have to think about NVIDIA drivers. The DKMS will do the job for you. And then last but not least, if all of these fail, this is what you see sometimes in another distros, a fail safe, right? The save graphics, the no mode set thing. If the 2 first fail. VirtualBox first line, VMware first line, QEMU first line, and virtual machines use the first line. And then we boot up. We arrive into version. This is the XL, so the extra large XL, like in clothing. And there's XS, the extra small, and it's a choice. You choose between the load of packages and the kernels. There is an XS simple, that's the Linux kernel, XSN, XSNmod, XN, LTS. That's what you choose, and all the rest are the Bs. And a B means a desktop. You build it yourself. And that was actually the point years ago to provide you the knowledge how you create your own ISO. But I suppose people just download it and install it. But the thing is, the B was the building, right? Give you the force, give you the power to build your own ISO. Now, if you have a bigger screen like I have, you have to help the virtual machines a bit. And one of the things you can do is in here, screen resolution, if you're on a tiling window manager. But if you're not, right, it's super easy. It's look at your keyboard, the right control, press it in, F for full screen, wait a few seconds, again, Control F, and then make sure this one is active, Control F, and everything is big again, right? So this is the full width and height of my screen, which is 1920 and 1080. Other options are, of course, go inside terminal on the settings here, the display, and see if the drop down lets you choose whatever you need. But that's XFCE, that will not be available in all the other 30-ish desktops. We advise to clean the computer with GPart before installing. So GPart is this thing. It's probably the application to have a look at your system, how it's all build up, like the first bits and pieces of the real hard disk is virtually divided, cut into pieces, into partitions, and it has a FAT32 to boot up with UEFI, and then later on an X4 or an X3 in the past, or an X2 and X1, right? So generations probably get an X5, I don't know, in the future. And there's ButterFS, and there is JFS, there is XFS, and F2FS, and forgetting one. Enfin, you choose whatever you like. You'll see it later on. So it is advised that we clean up. I don't think I've made videos about that. So click here, voila, click there, and then you say apply. And then everything is gone, right? It's a clean slate. Calamaris is going to look at it and say, look, there's nothing on there, nothing. Like it came from the shop. If you do one more thing, and that's create partition table, not MS-DOS because that's the old thing, BIOS, but GPT, and apply. Now it really comes from the shop. This is really empty. So this you do if you suspect that Calamaris has issues with all kinds of partitions. People are making their lives really difficult, and they get frustrated, and they come with the frustrations to us, and we say no, one operating system on a hard disk, one operating system, don't dual boot, triple boot. And I've seen bizarre things, right? But I just want an operating system that works. If you want that as well, just one operating system. Choose your Linux distro, stick with it. Don't start mixing things in here. What you can do is install another Linux distro on another PC. That's a good idea. So that's the cleaning bit that we're saying up here. Many options will open, yes indeed. We communicate with our community via a diversity of social media, so you're invited to join us on all kinds of things. You see the logos here, so you can join us there. Telegram is for the chit chat, and Discord is for the real technical help. So know that we are helping you primarily on Discord if you have issues on ArcoLinux/Carly/LCI, because ArcoLinux is more than just ISOs. It's a lot of information. It's university. Without diploma, I might add. We have also a forum to get really technical and longer, ping-ponging or tennising, or questions answer, question answer, and then you have your solution. Use the easy installation if the advanced installation fails. At some point in time, we asked you guys, do you still want this, right? Because there are many variables over which we have zero control. Many distributions don't have this and just have the easy installation offline. Why is that? This is the on the beach installation. The internet does not work. The network card does not work. I have VPN problems. I should use VPN because I'm being blocked by my router, even my building. I've heard people who have live in a flat, and that there's one way to go out, and they're blocking communication. ISPs, internet service providers, blocking, country blocking. I mean, there is so many issues. This is safe, and this is why most of the distros rely on this one. It is actually a bit and a byte, so ones and zeros being copied over. That's it. No internet needed. So hence I call it the on the beach thing, but these days probably you'll have Wi-Fi as well there. Anyway, you choose whatever you want. So let's go back or up. Choose your language. I prefer you use American English or English in short, because you see technical terms, you learn technical terms. You need to be able to Google later on, or DuckDuckGo or Quant or whatever you use as a search engine, and look for solutions, right? You need technical terms. People can't Google because they don't have the technical expertise yet. So watch a lot of videos and you'll get that in. So yes, I'm living in Brussels here, so that's cool. You can change anything you like in here. So I don't have to do anything but be my guest and open it up. Belgian is my keyboard, unfortunately, so I have to switch between QWERTY and AZERTY all the time. And next, and here we have all the partitions. What did I forget? X4, ButterFS, JFS, Riser, XFS, F2FS. I think I forgot JFS, right? So choose whatever you like. Personally, I am still relying on that one. Again, choose whatever you like. You want to have swap, no hibernate with 16 or 32 gigabytes. Really no need to have a big swap, but maybe you like to hibernate things. I don't. I always boot up in the morning and shut down in the evening. Done. That's it. I don't need anything to hibernate. The screen just goes dark. I move the mouse and up, there it is. Don't need hibernation. But choices, right? Choices. So you choose, and you have here how it's all gonna be laid out for it. So that's Calamaris doing your technical bit. If you are on ArcoLinuxD.com on the website, there is a phase 7, how to install everything the Arch Linux way. That means this needs to be typed in. Or you use the script, the Arch install, and it needs to be selected. So Arcomirrors is taking away a few of these technical things and well gives you the advantage of gradually easing into the Arch Linux environment without going full out technical if you never installed from scratch Arch Linux. So there you go, that's that. Now this is the easy installation, meaning everything is now being copy pasted over, but we did not select anything. So if we cancel this and we go back to the run GParted, you see everything has been already assigned. At this point in time it's in the temp, you see TMP temp. So the best thing I can do is Ctrl R and reboot and show you the same thing, but then with advanced, because otherwise it will be messed up. The Arcomirrors won't know what's happening. You just finished, interrupted the installation. So let's get everything from scratch in again. Let's load it up and do the advanced installation, which is tricky because it relies on servers, it relies on drivers, on connections. Is there a need of VPN at your home flat country and so on, right? What's the environment around you? And even then there's the Arch Linux servers. Can they be contacted? The ArcoLinux servers, can they be contacted? Are there key issues? So a lot of variables depend on the fact that this thing is gonna work, and that's why we asked you guys in the past, will we keep it? But most of the time it works, but you'll see that's in, I don't know, it has been a while since it hasn't worked, but now that I've said it, right, I changed it. So here you have a lot of choices, some technical information. Sure. In essence, you don't need to select anything. That's important for you to know. You don't need to select anything. What you see is what you get. I should say that in any video. What you see is what you get. This is installed. Whatever you do here, this is installed. This is booting up. This is booting up. I mean, it's the 1 and the 0s that are booting up, and this is what you'll get. It will sync it, and that will be that, right? So that's the XL, so hence the choice between XL and XS, extra large and extra small, okay? So you don't need to do this. No, there is Linux kernels, otherwise you wouldn't be booting up. But this ISO has been created a few seconds ago, right? Minutes ago. So the Linux kernel is exactly the same Linux kernel as online. But if we load this ISO up in 6 months time, then of course there will be 6 months time, there will be like 30-ish new Linux kernels in the meantime. Which means that if you want to immediately boot up with the newest kernel, you can do so. But you can, if you do not select anything, you'll just update later on. Got it? So there's nothing to select here. I wouldn't select anything here, me personally. These are all drivers. Some of them are present, some of them are not. But in the past, we've decided to get rid of those. So now, in our systems, they're not available. And you can quickly check, but I need to get to my set keyboard, setx schema, yeah, Belgium. So that's my keyboard in Azerty. Sudo pacman -sy. Let's get the databases in, that's that command. And let's try to remove something, xf86 video. That's it. That's the only one that's available, right? This is more technical. You install this if you know that you need it. first time installation, do not install anything. This is about drivers, video drivers, tearing of your screen, jittering, something's gone wrong, right? Something you need, you feel that they're on this particular computer, not on the other one, but on this computer, you're gonna need it. So there are no drivers. So this is indeed the decision, but first installation, don't do anything. See what you get out of the box. Does it work out of the box? Then investigate, what should I get rid of? That's possible too. And what should I install? Now, SDDM is already installed, right? Is already installed. So otherwise this would not work. Sudo pacman -remove SDDM. It's there. So I was saying that we've got this. You can always investigate, right? And you have the ArcoLinux stuff. This is what we bring to you. This is our config. This is the soul, the heart of the distro. All of this are things that we hated and we wanted to change, wanted to be more efficient, wanted to design it better, right? So the ArcoLinux is great, but it's not RISed. It's not designed, and everybody has his own idea about designing and rising. So go ahead and change anything you like. But this is our first, well, deliverable, first impression that we want to give, we want to have. So this is installed and that's it. Simplicity kit, just the one. So meaning you can have more if you want. Sure, you can have more. This is a beautiful one. So I'll get that one as well. Okay, next. Of course, you can change between login manager, but that's for later. It is important maybe to mention that some hardware out there does not like SDDM. So it's very easy on ArcoLinux to change. All you have to do is type to lightdm and we're changed. And the other guy is exactly the same. To GDM, that's more for GNOME, and to LXDM and to Li. All of those work, but again, right, stick to SDDM as that works. Normally. You always have to speak with two words, right? Some of the hardware out there reacts different. Well, this is making things break, not work, if knowledge is not present, right? Some of the things, if you're going to select anything, don't, right? Don't. If you want to have a desktop with a tiling window manager, most likely it will work, right? So experiment with that. That's the only thing I can say. Having two desktops, I don't know. Choose a desktop. One desktop, one tiling manager is going to be safe, and that's the best advice I can give for videos like this. Okay. Next, PAMAC is already there. That's the little guy down here. So that's an application from Manjaro, and they've shared it with us on the AUR, and we've built it our own way. This is a particular build so that it always works. Certainly now it matters because we've removed GNOME software. It's gone. Were some issues with it, and I thought, why keep it? Because we have this, and this provides apps, categories, photo, video. Have a look what's available and what's free, right? Have a look. And there's also a software mode you can activate, so you don't see this line here. So that's already installed. Don't need to select it. Don't need to select it. So, and all the rest is a little bit more technical, maybe some design. If you already like one of our themes, choose, click, done, ArcoLinux theming. So these are all the things we've created during the 6 years we have been developing ArcoLinux. And now it's all third party, right? It's all stuff that's on the net and that we pre-built for you. So it's actually on the AURs, not on Arch. It's AUR stuff. And it's as good as the maintainer does it. I mean, I'm not maintaining any of these packages. I'm just building it for you. Instead of everybody building the package, there's one guy who builds it and you install it. That's easier. spares you some time and CPU power and so on. So you go through the list, see anything you like, select it, be smart about it. These two guys will conflict. It will not break Calamaris, we've thought about that, but some of the packages will, well, you need to choose, simple as that, because they're actually the same packages. This is the stable one, that's more the fresh, the beta one. So you need to choose there, and there are other packages just like that. There is a lot, right? There is really scroll through because there is a lot about audio and there's a lot about video. Browsers just the same, lots of internet stuff. And here's your VPN stuff if you have troubles getting out of your country. Themes, icons, and cursors, all kinds of stuff. Right. We used to have GIMP and Inkscape. I don't think we have that now anymore. This is what you get, right? Remember, what you see is what you get. So no. So basically me, being designer of Sardi and Surfing icons, I'll install this one. I work a lot in, well, the alternative is Adobe Photoshop, for example. So GIMP is an open source alternative for that. Some games. Not really a gamer. I actually get sick if the images are too fast. File manager. All kinds of stuff. You choose. There's an important bit that I should say. If you've selected ButterFS, you either select this one or that one. You say, I'm gonna go for the snapper, which is the Garuda stuff. So I'm not an expert in ButterFS at all. Actually, I'm afraid of it. Had some issues with it, and I stick to ext4. But here it is, utilities for snapper and ButterFS. Fine. Select either this one, or you say, I'm gonna go for timeshift and ButterFS. And of course, you can also have timeshift and no ButterFS. But of course, just select this one then, not grub ButterFS. And all the rest. All of these, you have Paru, you have Yay, there's no need to select anything. Do we have it? You have the reflex, or you should have the reflex to do this. Okay, so they're using Yaybin, which is just a version, and Parubin. The binaries are faster to build and install as a developer for me. Okay, some stuff. Check it out. VirtualBox is there, VMware, QEMU. Is this, let's have a look. Yeah, you can choose between these guys. That's good. So this is what Eric does. I want to have Chromium, Flameshot, GIMP, Inkscape, Vivaldi, and this is for YouTube and this is for Netflix. White, fine, right? This is a virtual machine, so nope. And then off we are again. So we're back to this bit was all technical, but now we see again the part where it's the easy installation. This was also in the easy installation. Change anything you like here if it's not correct, and then next, Belgian, next, erase disk. So we did forget to do the cleanup in GPart, but you've seen it in the video in the beginning. So otherwise it would be all gray. Now it's not. So sometimes it does not get the way it's the format that's in there that can be encrypted or something special you did or whatever, right? So GPart will really clean everything up, and then he's back in control. Calamaris, we have to say it's not from us, we use it, but that's that. github.com, Calamaris, that's where you should post your questions. This is an overview what will happen. So now we're doing it like this. Swap was used to have, we used to have a little small swap there. Now we're gonna say no need for it, and it's changed a little bit. It's your choice. And then we're done. Well, I can continue to talk, you know I can. So toggle log, We are putting the zeros and the ones from A to B. That's all. That's not technical. Learn in the meantime, right? Fast, versatile, remote and local file copying. Okay, from A to B. Copy from source to destination. You can even go for user, host, destination. Make it quite complex. So that's what they're using, and they're using a complex sentence. A little bit complex. Definitely super complex. But basically they're excluding a lot of stuff. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And all the references are here. So if you want to investigate while you're waiting, you say, let's go to Thunar, go file system, to temp, and here's Calamares. What is this? Your future system. They have mounted a partition. Well, then they formatted everything, ext4, bashrc, and then everything goes on. So this is the unpacking image thing, meaning every single thing you see, what you see is what you get, is going to be installed on there. Plus the extra stuff that you've done, but it's not yet there, right? The extra stuff is somewhere here in the middle, I don't know, 50, 60, 70%, where it's going to say, let's download everything, let's install anything, and that's gonna take time. The more you select, the longer the download. If you have bad internet, slow internet, intermittent internet, that's a problem. Intermittent. Slow is no problem, but intermittent, meaning internet, no internet, internet, no internet, that's gonna be an issue, right? You do the easy installation. If you know this, you don't, well, you can take a guess. Maybe the next 15 minutes there will be internet. But if you know that's not going to be the case, right? Use the easy installation. So there's a lot of stuff going on, as you see. And there's another place we can go to. I don't see it here. I thought I would find it somewhere here. Run arch ISO. So we need to go to run arch ISO, not here of course, but here. And here's other stuff, right? They say, oh, look at that. There's other stuff. Boot manager, okay. This one, that one, that one. You see? All the information of your ISO, it's gonna be here. And it's gonna copy paste the stuff over, and we're done copy pasting. So it's going to do other modules, as they call it, until everything is finished. Okay. Okay. We have the welcome app. We went through all of this. Here is release information. Every month there is a release article on how to stay rolling. Every single month there is a release, and that's basically the minimal you should do to keep on top of things, to remember, okay, what changed to my system, because it is your system, it's your operating system. What did I change? What is new? What might be important, because we got sometimes pushed by ArcoLinux. It's a good thing maybe to include in the video. Git migration completed. The pacman changed. And we've made 3 videos about it. So yeah, it matters to stay on top of things and follow the latest news on ArcoLinux and follow the latest news on ArcoLinux. So that's that. later, let's go over everything. Choose your project, again, choose your project. Well, you can start coding, learn to code, and that's the ArcoLinux app, an educational project that we've launched. But here it is, start here, learning path, ArcoLinux editions, and these are all the releases that we've made. All the videos are there, the reviews, testimonials. This is what you should check. That's why it's called Start Here. And if you are ready to download, it's gonna be in the downloads. Right here, core information, and here we go to the ArcoLinux editions. So we're installing this one, the flagship. There are very small things like these guys with different kernels. The D is bare, or you decide with Arcomirrors to install a desktop, and the B is choose the desktop, build the desktop. B stands for building. The website is here, how to build an ISO. And more info, so you check that out. Fast Track is trying to make a list of all the facts that people might have, and they're all in here. We have the forum you can join. Screen resolution is actually an app, not our app, by the way. And is the app off? You don't see it. Well, yeah, we see it. And voila, so here you can also say I want to have an output, virtual output, a resolution, and you choose your resolution. That's what we did in the beginning with Control F, and which you can do here in the settings with display. That's that, needed for tiling window managers. Not unimportant, these things we do, the servers we buy, the websites we have, all of it, it costs money. So if you like to donate, if you say, okay, this project really helped me a lot, I'm using it like all the time, the videos are great, the ISOs, they work, I get support and all that, you know. When you're happy, basically, consider becoming a patron of ArcoLinux. Even if you donate €1 every month and 100 people do that, it makes a difference. It really does. You can also donate once, right? And all of these possibilities. And yes, yesterday I've made some new designs, new stuff, a new logo on there. So have a look at that as well. And there's Hello Tux as well. A little embroidery thing on the t-shirt. So consider donating because we depend on it. If there are no donations, we can't exist. Get involved, beta testers. Basically, guys, we select you, right? So be active, stay around, stick around, learn, help, and you can help anywhere, Telegram, forum, or Discord, or any other social media. But yeah, help, right? And then YouTube ArcoLinux channel. It's important to tell you guys, don't forget how YouTube works. It's not auto starting, that's good. Don't search here. Do not search here. I hope that's clear. Should I repeat it? Right? Don't search here. Here. I don't know why they put it. They have so many texts now that we can't search. We can't see the search anymore. Oh my god. So here. And say I want to have information about bashrc. How to add aliases from bashrc to says got even better. Learn about bashrc. Study the bashrc. Get an alias. I mean, it's a project of 6 years. The questions you're gonna ask have been probably already right. So search, but here, don't search the internet, not the world, not the billions of folders, files and all that. Okay, pausing. All right, let's continue. So the search on YouTube is important. The info is probably already there, right? All the The websites that we have probably contain already answers about kernels, about design and logout printers. You see all the categories that we have. What's also important is that you should provide us with information. I remember a scene in one of the IT crowds. It makes a big bang noise. I mean, that doesn't help us much, right? You need to give us a probe link. So type probe in a terminal. It's gonna look at your system and it's gonna give a link, and it's that link that you post on Discord, on Telegram to help let people help. This is what you need. Not only that, this is what you need if you buy your next computer, because it says here all the probes, find the computer, find the parts, find the trends. It gives you the info what will work and what will not work. Don't buy hardware that doesn't work on Linux. Select smart, buy smart, and this is how you do it. Hardware for Linux. Probe your computer and so on, find information. This is the amount of tested computers, that's the amount of tested parts. I mean, really, be smart about it and buy the right thing. But if you've bought something wrong or you've driver problems or any problem, send us a probe link. We need this. Right? Otherwise it's in vain. We can't talk about it. Well, no info available, so can't help you, right? And now we were here at the quit button. That's it. So we've done everything. It's time to quit and then say done, restart now. And what I'll do next is the general update, what you should do, how to maintain, update an operating system like this, and any other, of course. So that was grub, color for grub. You can change colors if you want, but that's already technical, so leave everything as is. This is basically the same ArcoLinux welcome app, but it knows it's no longer in the live environment, so some buttons are gone and some buttons are new. So basically all of this is the same as you see. So you can always do Ctrl-Alt-W and you have the welcome app. You can install software. Great. You can launch the ArcoLinux tweak tool. Super great. It gives you again the possibility to say, I love XFCE, but Eric is always busy in his tiling window managers. I'm gonna install one more, right? I'm gonna choose one, not a desktop, but a tiling window manager. So you decide what you install. Do more, that's here, ATT. You can do this on any ArcoLinux distro. And if you want to know what any means, then you get a nice list here. This is where it will work. Arctix, Big Linux, Archman, CachyOS, Archcraft, Reborn OS X, Xero Linux, Manjaro, Gadwin, and the rest. Ariza, Garley, LCI, ArcoLinux, and ArcoLinux, right? So this is gonna work there. Those are supported already. And then the ArcoLinux mirrors. It's interesting thing to, well, first of all, read anything that's in your bashrc, because things I know you may not know yet. So the bashrc, the content of it, go over it, read it, change it, right? All kinds of little things. And the one I'm going to use now. So we were going to go to, let me see again, what were we going to do? Yeah, the ArcoLinux mirrors. The nmirror list is the ArcoLinux list. By default, we give you these four. And with these fours, the world is cool, the world is happy, but they may be down, not likely, but they might be down, or they may be not 100% synced, and so on and so on. And there is congestion, everybody's going to the server, and communication goes down, it's going slow, sluggish. That's when you realize I need to change the pacman.d mirror list, the arch thing. So that's basically it. Update ArcoLinux mirrors is just a button to run Reflector, which is one of the applications that can do the job for you. And if I do Control X and do it again and mirror list, then you see that we've done this particular thing. Reflector, age 6, latest 21, fastest 21, threads 21, and so on. And that's this for me in Belgium. So it looks around and say, where's this guy living? This is Germany. And here is Osbeck, which is for me, I think the fastest, but it's listed now as the 5th fastest at this point in time, right? Maybe not next second or next minute or next day. So this is the button that says, okay, go and check. But there's more, right? So please check out the bashrc, zshrc, fish, it's all there, it's all the same. So all possibilities, that's one. And there's also RAM. So RAM and RAMs, two of them. What is RAMs? Control find RAMs. RAID mirrors, an application that we've installed, allow root and so on, and the difference being protocol, right? Disable contents, protocol HTTPS, hence the S, and otherwise it's just RAM. RAID mirrors, RAM. Okay, so a lot of nice stuff, diamonds in the rough. You have a look, and this is now my mirror list. And now it's Italy that wins, right? And Osbeck is second, that's better already. He's climbing up. Doesn't really matter. So then you update your system. Okay, update is nothing more, again, bashrc, an alias. So go and have a look what that means. And indeed, it's maybe 30 minutes old, the ISO, to update. That's one thing. And if you've been installing things from AOR, so yay, icons or something, and you've been installing things with an extension or a front here as AOR, then you need to upall as well. Upall is Paru, and Paru is looking for AOR upgrades. And if you don't have any, and there's no upgrades necessary, it will just say this, and that's fine. So that's important. The last thing I might include is the word Skell. Investigate. Please investigate. And here is your article. Follow what it is. It will either frustrate you or it will be your rescue. Skell can be a blessing or a curse. And the tiling winner managers, certainly all these guys that want to try it out, right, they should check it out, because Skell really saves your life if you know that it exists at the first place. So have a look at that. Many videos I do Skell. There's no need for it now, but there might be in the future. So have a look. Alt N is another wallpaper. This is variety. People always ask me again and again and again, Eric, I want to have the wallpaper. I'm not gonna send you wallpapers. I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is say, look, use variety the way I use it. Well, first of all, var is a little command, and then you have my configuration, the config from Eric Dubois. Eric Dubois, ArcoLinux Nemesis, personal settings, variety conf. What happened? I was too lazy, getting too lazy, and I said, I have to do it all the time, again and again. This is new, 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 right? All of those guys are new. And this variety is going to fetch wallpapers from Wallhaven and from, well, with these tags. So this will provide me with lots and lots of wallpapers, and that's how I do it. I don't look for wallpapers, nor should you, right? Just say, give me the next one and the next one and the next one, and let internet do its work, because there you are. This is not my selection. I've never seen this before. Alt N, key bindings, beautiful. I'm sticking with this. Alt arrow up for the whole day. It will not change anymore. It's frozen. So there you go. I think we can conclude this video. It's 44 minutes. It's already long. But it's an overview. It's an actually very broad scope of how to install ArcoLinux XL in this case, but it doesn't really matter. XL is just an ISO, and that's all it is. And we start from that. Actually, that's the template for all the Bs. The same thing, different Lego blocks. That's it. And what's a Lego block? A package. Different packages, same Arch Linux, and we've called it ArcoLinux, and that's it. All right, enjoy.